Don't know why I've just become dead set on hand-to-hand fighting all the black mambas I see, but here we are. Another brand weapon scroll? Okay, I know we were talking about the fire staff, and it's part of why it was kind of nice to train some evocations, because it raises the possibility of getting the flame damage on the staff attacks. But I might have to choose a weapon. We have 6 brand weapon scrolls, sorry. That's way more than we would generally have any right to find. So I feel like we have to take advantage of that while given the opportunity. It'd be rude not to. Well, Agnes, not quite as sketchy as the Enchantress, I'm sorry to say, friend. Work on that a little bit for the next time we see you, I guess. Though it does make sense, seeing as how the Enchantress is the progenitor of the entire species, so you'd expect them to be a little bit of a tougher fight, to say the least. Ooh, a willpower ring? Dang, I got excited. I saw artifact ring. My brain immediately shot off all the happy chemicals. Then I looked at what it did. And I made that face internally. Unfortunately, not great. We have a lot of money, so I'm going to buy the haste potion immediately. Just snap by that. No if, ands, or buts about it. Also, should have backed up one to make sure that this has the maximum number of targets to shoot through. That's fine. And so many spellbooks on this floor. How about that? And more. Oh my gosh, it just continues. It's not over yet. Definitely go with the mage first. Then these sons of guns. Take the head off the snake and the rabble will follow. Not too bad here. Snake 1 took magnitudes of time longer than both 2 and 3. 3 especially. This was so fast. Pretty wild. It's all, I think, a direct correlation to the number of salamanders, because boy are they annoying. Guardian Serpent, I'm not going to give you even a turn to call in friends around my stairs, even though, ooh, it looks like I won't have much of an option coming up here. Do we want to check the third one? Do I think that things can get better? That's not really better. Crap, I should have maybe tried to kill the Guardian Serpent with one shot, though. Aren't we low on Telly Scrolls? Sorry, aren't we low on Uncontrolled Blink 1 Scrolls? We are very low on Uncontrolled Blink 1 Scrolls, unfortunately. Just 3 of those bad boys left in our back pocket here. And this is a bit of an interesting locale. Very centralized, a lot of enemies. Those Guardian Serpents are going to be calling in the hordes. It's going to be a rough one. This is the exact kind of situation that has seen less than ideal results in the past. I'm thinking of Holy Roller, one of my favorite attempts at Palantonga back in the day. Lost a horrible, or in a horrible way, because it's such a fantastic run, and the Quad Guardian Serpent just had an endless supply of enemies being teleported in. There was nothing I could do, dude. But here isn't necessarily as bad. We have lots of tools at our disposal. If I can bring just the warrior up, beauty. That honestly simplifies things a whole lot. Each and every one of those sons of guns that we can remove from the picture. Same with Guardian Serpent. Hello? Thank you. Almost feel sorry for the suckers. But hey, suckers born every minute. Can't always give them the benefit of the doubt. And do not that Guardian Serpent I don't have a clear shot to, so nah. To that, we say nah, thank you. And let's come back up here until we can just blast you. And once more with feeling. Perfect, and there we go. I think we took care of the Guardian Serpents that were in this entrance area. So, just slowly deal with the chaff here. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, if we need more teleport scrolls, I will check out that shop. Save it. Thank you so much for the reminder. Always greatly appreciate the help from all of you, of course. Oops, definitely shoot this down the hallway. My bad. Immediately hitting the wall behind the enemy is not exactly ideal. And then I smack you a bit. I feel like with some of these enemies, I'm going out of my way to face them in melee just to prove that I can. Just to rough them up a little. Get my hands dirty. Sometimes it needs to be done. What do you have to do? That is distortion. So boy am I glad I decided to randomly check you out, friend. Jeez Louise, let's have no more of those, please and thank you, if you could be so kind, game. Those are the most satisfying explosions for sure. Thing of beauty when you get the Orb of Destruction to truly pop off. The one shot from full health to 0, blood spattered all over the gosh darn carpet. Something awe-inspiring and beautiful about it, to say the least. Okay, this is a closer fight than I would have liked. Still somehow gaining magic. Don't actually know how that works. Also, let's not walk into a bunch of enemies. Whoops. We have fun here. Wouldn't have to have that mantra if I just didn't make stupid mistakes, of course, but where's the fun in that? Definitely the moment I see a salamander, that's when I run away. Just +1 trident at least, so nothing too nasty waiting for us there. Cool, you left the safety of the walls. Never should have done such a thing. And last but not least, that should sit there. And now we just chill. Beautiful. Fantastic work. Take me away, and we'll even probably switch to another stairwell. This one seems great. Seems nice. And you, friend, get blasted. Oh gosh, there's so much blood. So much blood. There we go, though. Finally take care of those sons of guns. And slowly but surely working our way through Snake 4 here. It's a thing of beauty. I'm slightly concerned because this has, in a lot of ways, probably been the easiest snake I've ever faced. Normally I'm constantly and consistently struggling the entire way through this area. The fact that I'm not struggling makes me think that my guard is being led up, slowly but surely, steps at a time, until I'm suddenly going to be shocked when I'm dead. And that honestly could do it. Yeah, that could definitely do it. What's your damage, friend? 3d13. Believe in the business, we call that far too much. Far too much. Any kills chance to give back the mana, works with swords as well as spells. So ideally we'll eventually have some punching power as well, in a more upfront sense. Is there anything I can do to you? I'm slightly concerned about trying to outlast. Outwit, outlast, outplay. Probably the wrong order, but that's Survivor. Also probably ruins the reference a little bit when I immediately call it out for what it do be. Can I transform you into a Tengu, a Swamp Dragon, or an Eye of Devastation? 43%? Yes, please. Well, that made my life a heck of a lot easier. Energy Bolt actually is not better. Hold up. Scratch that, roll that back. Energy Bolt is not better, friend. Because this is not resistible regardless, and deals 60. Whoops. Whoops. Resistance pot might have actually been the smarter play here. I forgot that Eye of Destructions are really low hit die, so they appear to be weak. They're anything but. The nice thing is that it is slow. So, a blink scroll actually just immediately gets me home free out of this situation, ideally. Can I deal 55 damage in one hit? I'm looking at you, Orb of Destruction. Okay, real close. Blast ya. Perfect. Okay, so that did end up working. Fortunately, low health is the trade-off for the absolutely slapping damage that is Energy Bolt, but still a wee bit frightening to say the least. Get absolutely destroyed, salamanders. Honestly, shouldn't even show your face here. And of course, we're dealing with more of those, but one shot, one kill. Never didn't have it. Orb of Destruction, you are a true gentleman and a scholar, a genius, and a thing of beauty. I gotta kill this warrior while we got the chance, and Anaconda, you can come chill with us upstairs. Perfect. Not too bad. Not too bad. If that's the closest we come to death, I'll be a happy camper, though I doubt, for some strange reason, I doubt that will be the case. Arlek is definitely on the wish list. In fact, something I forgot about before coming down to the snake is at some point during this evening, I formulated a plan in my head that was, let's go to Orc, finish clearing Orc, then we'll go to Snake. Ideally, we'll get some source of resistance to electricity there. Could work great for us. Turns out, totally forgot that plan as soon as it became relevant, and here we are. Let's train a little bit of armor, though. I wouldn't mind getting my defenses shored up just a wee bit, and then what else have we got at our disposal? Conjure Ball Lightning we've had available for a while, so maybe Vehement will offer something else soon. Would be nice. So I think it is Spellforge Servitor time. Without further ado, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, let's pop on some summoning and let us train it to a decent point. With a +2, we can probably get to 12 fairly easily. I don't know if we'll need to go that high. We'll maybe try and keep an eye on Spellforge Servitor and how it's coming along in its age here. Biting can come back on since we still have that manual active. That seems like not a bad option. Perfect. And let's just keep making noise at the gate here. Hopefully we can bring more friends to us instead of having to always seek them out. You know, sometimes I'm tired of being the one to put in all the effort to make new friends. It'd be nice if the Naga did something for me for once. Don't want to be greedy or anything, of course, but just food for thought for all of you, you dungeon monsters. Take friendship for granted, since you're all friends with each other for some reason, even though oftentimes it makes no sense whatsoever, especially from a like nature hierarchy standpoint. Get blasted. Guardian Serpent, I'm gonna just... Can I get away from? No, I think I gotta blast you. Crap, you survived, but fortunately we have Magma Bolt to save the day. Fantastic. And one last time. Shiver me timbers. Perfect. That was a very quick, sudden reference that I don't know if anyone except for me will get. All of you kids watch The Muppets Treasure Island growing up at all? One more time now. Shiver me timbers, shiver me ho, dead men tell no tales. Yeah. Not that the pirate song itself is from that, of course. That's just pirate things. Good old sea shanties. But specifically, the one more time, every time my brain just auto-completes that. I don't know why. It wasn't exactly a formative movie for me, but did definitely watch it once or twice. Apparently, it just got permanently lodged into the important data memory banks in my brain, and so I've never forgotten it to this day. Also a brutal scene for a children's movie. Seeing pirates just absolutely murder in cold blood a bunch of their previous friends, all for the sake of treasure. But what could you expect? The lair of gold. If Gozag has taught us anything, it's how sweet greed can be. Let's get rid of you, friend, for sure. And the rest of you work with the old-fashioned way. Likely, the Guardian Serpent here survived that first hit, and they did in fact, but fortunately the mana that we got back on kills worked out perfectly for finishing the rest of the encounter. If only that could always be the case. In fact, I think this is quite the opposite. Let's take a step back, excuse me. Poor timing. Bodily functions conflicting directly with attempts to speak, never a good thing. And yeah, Eggly Magma Bolt is pretty sweet. I mean, I won't pretend to be part of the group that can wax poetic about it, just because I did find that I didn't use it too often in my time. Very much got introduced to it because it was being removed, and we had some fans in chat who wanted to see it used to its full extent before it had to leave us all for the final time. But definitely have come to respect it, very much in a similar camp in that way to Fulminant Prism, I guess. Never know what you got till it's gone. Not that Fulminant Prism is going anywhere as far as I know, at least I hope not. Also, didn't realize that fountains created steam with fire. It makes sense, it's water. But I didn't think there would be, enough water that it would count to the same extent. How about that? Learn something new every day. Or at least try to. Screw it, let's just heal up instead. No need to fool around, to faff about. Almost no shot that makes it through, but I was gonna give it a try. This one should work, though. Same one more time. Beauty. The Salamander Tyrants are absolutely brutal for us. Don't have quite enough fire resistance to take care of them. But there we go. We get the final rune of our S branches. Not too bad. Things are going fairly smoothly so far. Good reminder to refocus, double down on my attention span here. But we will be ending slightly early today. Still not for a little bit yet. But with that in mind, maybe let's do a little bit of housekeeping here or there before we finish up. By which I mean finishing off Orc, finishing off Lair, and we'll maybe see where that takes us. So go from there. Oh, what about Slime? You're right. I always forget that you are an S branch. Right. Sorry, Slime, did not mean to throw disrespect on your name. Big ups to you and all that you do here. For that, I apologize. But not too bad. Snake has been one of my main issue spots as of late in the last while, so I can't complain too much about making it through there in relatively safe order. And this seemed like a Shoals themed finale branch for Lair. We're seeing a bunch of harpies. Yep, hello merfolk. Perfect timing on that reveal, thank you so much. Adds a nice storytelling narrative element to the stream, so thank you monsters for obliging so respectfully. Rhyme Drake, don't even try and step to this. Unfortunately, we're up against you. And I agree, Eggly. Very nice Jiva emote off the 9th there. In fact, if you want any fantastic Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup themed emotes, I'd highly recommend subscribing over to Night Settler, because they have a plethora of them that are quite fun. The Orb of Fire one, I feel like, has quite a few use cases as well. Anytime you want to start crapping your pants metaphorically, essentially. Shoals terrifies you. I think I would find Shoals as terrifying as Snake if it was nothing but Javelineers. I find a single Javelineer to be pretty much the most frightening thing you can find in any of the preliminary S branches, let's say. Not looking at you, Slime. It offered Maxwell's capacitive coupling. A little too much of investment, too little too late there, Behemoth, but thanks for the thought at the very least. But yeah, Javelins very much alone make Shoals almost the scariest branch. As an individual monster, I find them the scariest. Just because, like Thorn Hunters, the 9th mentioned, also super frightening depending on what kind of character you're running. Some breeze through no problem, others will struggle oh so much against them. But the Javelineers, I just find no matter what character I'm playing, they've been a rough spot lately. And they're so hard to get around because their penetration gets past like Reflection Brand, which is so often how I'm getting through Shoals in the first place in safe order. So I think that just when they show up, kind of paired with what they do, all in all leads to a comprehensive poop storm, as it were. To use the scientific terminology, of course. They kind of did, still scary though. I'm glad. I'm like a nerf. As much as I struggle with them, it's part of what I find fun about Shoals is that constant danger. In fact, that's what I like about this game in general, is a lot of those very intensive, thought-intensive moments that can crop up. But I can definitely respect and understand the need to nerf them, and I'm glad they're still difficult, because that very much satisfies my my masochistic needs, rather, I guess. Berserk Rage, I think, will drop you friends just on the floor, free up some inventory space for the future. Hello, my elephant friends. Perfect. Elephants are pachyderms, right? I feel like I'm thinking of the right taxonomy there. I think they're pachyderms. But the last time that pachyderms came up on stream, I also thought that camels were pachyderms, so take anything I say with a grain of salt, because they are humped ungulates, I believe. Though again, don't quote me on it. My animal taxonomy isn't perfect. It was a while back that I took an anthropology course that went over the basic structures of taxonomy. Also, right, forgot there was immediate attention to be paid down here. Hello friends, one and all. Should be able to just start blasting if I had to guess. Maybe we'll take some of these warriors upstairs so that we're not, you know, pushing our limits too much. But I gotta say, I feel relatively safe about that. Then we can I set you up? Oh, I can do this. Oh, that is savage. I didn't even notice I have the perfect plan in play here. Okay, well the rest of this should be absolutely brutal, though I doubt we'll be stair dancing too much. Also, I'd like to just recognize for a moment there that I actively aimed my fireball perfectly into a spot where there's absolutely no targets. Beautiful work, me. I swear I have I wouldn't say fully functioning brain, that might be stretching it a little bit, but I swear I'm sapient at the very least. Ooh, a bunch of resistance potions I will actually highlight. Heal wounds we can buy right away. Haste I'll buy right away, why the heck not. We have a decent number of brilliance, so we'll save that for now. It was a warning shot. Perfect, I love it. That's the type of framing that I needed. You're exactly right. Just being, you know, the basic levels of fair. For the sake of the monsters, of course. Just feel bad for them sometimes. Summoning also just hit level 8. Let's see where that brings us on Spellforge Servitor. When you can't even find it on the list, that generally means good things, because it means it's shot up a bunch, and down to 13%. It's definitely beautiful, let's learn that. And summoning will probably just come up to 10 now. we'll see where that leaves it now that we're a little bit closer and it might not be necessary. Paralysis Wand, we'll leave alone. Don't have the evocations training to make that useful into the late game. Kind of wish I had ignition here, but c'est la vie. I guess Vampiric Whip. Ooh, aren't you a tough guy? Little baby orc has a Vampiric Whip. Also, I should be careful what I say, because this is where I am made to eat my words when that group of baby orcs almost kills me, but fortunately not today. That's good. Sorry if I already answered this, but what were my plans for the tournament? No worries at all, Cactus. I definitely plan on putting together a squad depending on the level of interest. It will either be the first 6, first come first serve, or if there's enough interest, then I'll definitely do some kind of lottery or draw, put together a team, and yeah, just have some fun, very similar to how we ran the last tournament, where I'm not going to be too worried about score or keeping teammates accountable to do well or anything. Instead, just support each other, have a good time, and cheer on the team. Also kind of trying to workshop some team titles for anyone who wasn't around back in the day. We were Riftling's Regrets because, fittingly enough actually, during the last tournament, or when it came around, we were actively in the Curse of the Halflings, and with this tournament coming around, we're now actively in the Curse of the Tengu. So, it kind of works out, and I think that we'll be theming our team name this time around in a similar sense. We'll be naming it in some way after our Tengu curse that we've been dealing with over the last few weeks here. And goodbye, my sweet summer child. Perfect. And that should just about do it. Even just fight you hand to hand, that's a-okay. Yeah, I guess the tournament keeps approaching faster than I thought. I always think that I have more time, so I do really need to start moving forward on the clan aspect of it as soon as possible. So definitely let me know either in Twitch chat here. It might be a bit late by the time this goes up to YouTube, so I'm sorry, YouTube commenters. Can't offer the same thing. Maybe I'll comment on one of the earlier videos just to make sure the opportunity is open for everyone involved. Or send me, DMs anywhere as well, of course, that works. Especially if you have any more private information or anything you don't want to make public for all of chat, definitely let me know, and I will happily start working towards that over the next little bit, the end of the week here. Or I guess the start of the week, as it were. Bring up decks? No thank you, sir. Nothing too sketchy there. Perfect, Brain. That sounds great to me. I'm tempted to pull some favoritism for you since you're part of the last squad and I enjoy having you around so much. So if we don't end up doing a draw or a lottery of any kind, then 100% Brain, you're first on my call sheet. Very much enjoyed being on a team together last tournament. It was a lot of fun. Ooh, let's definitely aim for the High Priest if possible. A little bit trickier with that angle, but that's fine. You, friend, have got to go. Wow. Didn't actually expect to kill the demon before taking out the summoner, but surprises happen every day, apparently. Let's take old you lovely folk back into our fantastic little hallway here, made for just such an occasion as the needless slaughter of hundreds of orcs. I think I will, again, just blast you with as much firepower as we can. Didn't do quite as well as I initially thought, but oh my gosh, Bolt of Magma. Holy moly. Well, that's something, alright. Just give me another one of those, please. And thank you. Perfect. Need to be slightly more cautious of how quickly I tap here. That's kind of getting me into trouble. So yeah, it starts on Friday. Yeah, so we'll definitely... I'll try and have team stuff sorted out by probably Wednesday or Thursday. I'm tempted to say Thursday just because we have the stream Wednesday and not too sure how the start of the week is going to be looking here, but regardless, we will try and get all of that sorted a little bit earlier this time. And it's a shame that I probably, almost definitely, will not be using Gold Dragon Scales. Far too heavy for this character, but Scales of the Dragon King are a whole lot of fun. Well, we'll have to leave it alone for now, and let us just start blasting here. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. Who needs ignition? What was I talking about earlier? Completely unnecessary. Just throw one of those at every problem you come across in your life. Let's do this. Aha, another one of those sneaky summoners. We don't serve your kind here. Perfect. And in general, making decent headway here without too much active thinking going on, which is, you know, good and bad thing. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Oops, let's do one of those. Fantastic. Not too shabby here. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of shops, at least not yet. Maybe there's some more in these various structures throughout the level. That'd be the dream at the very least. As is, it's looking like we're at the end of our rope, and hey, never mind. Heck yeah, bud. More heal wounds, 2 of them is a steal, 2 for 150. Yes, please, Regol, thank you kindly. Feel like some of the other business people in the dungeon could learn from you, my good friend. More heal wounds, another blinking scroll. I will actually buy ID, and Vile Floods gets a highlight, potentially a buy. So we have some kind of targeted silence to use against enemy spellcasters. Not too shabby there, though. Poor troll just got... And this ogre, too? Why did you both get completely banished to the nether realms of the fortress? I feel so sorry for you. Okay, +3 glaive. Unfortunately, friend, you should have brought a distortion weapon if you wanted to scare me. Beautiful. And that should be just about the end of things. We have a few more of the upper floor to, or a little bit more of the upper floor, I should say, to explore real quick. Okay, real quick, apparently. And then... What do we wish to do at the end? I guess I should say my thoughts out loud instead of just sitting here internalizing everything. But we've cleared out Orc, we've cleared out Lair. I am pretty much done for the evening here. As mentioned earlier, we're having a little bit of an earlier end to it all. Definitely need some make-up sleep. I've been pushing the gauge a little bit. Pedal to the metal for the weekend here. So it might be a good idea before the week starts to actually get a rest for once in my life. Though we'll see how that goes. I always tell myself that and then end up not pulling through or going through with it to the extent that I necessarily should. But maybe all we'll do a quick find for... I know you can search up gold is a good way. There's a better way of doing this where you can search up like the tag for shops, which I can never remember, especially not on the spot. But if you look up the word gold, it's a pretty good opportunity to see all the shops that you have available in your game, just to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything, completely missed an oversight. What was the death toll of Tengu's? Well, first of all, not over yet, so I shudder to even answer the question just in case I jinx it. But that's a good question. Let's see. Off the top of my head here, first day, I think we had 3 or 4 Tengu deaths. And because I know it's been a rough spell, I'm gonna assume it was the higher one. Let's do 4. Day 2 was slightly better with 3 deaths. Oh gosh, it's adding up. It's adding up. And then did we do a 3rd session? I guess Tengu started in a weird place, didn't they? Because it might have started in the middle of an episode. I don't recall how they all shook out. But let's just say, to be safe, 8+. It's not great, not exactly what you're hoping for, but I agree, Eggly. I'm very glad that we got a bird to a solid start here. And this time we're not leaving them in the middle of a gauntlet, ready to instantaneously lose when we jump back into things. This is pretty much... Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. Oh me oh my. It's over, friends. You see what I see? It's time for a little remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. I should do... I don't know, I don't know the copyright, so maybe there are issues with that, but I feel like somebody should make a good cover of Remix to Ignition, because... problematic in its own way, of course. But it's a banger, unfortunately. As much as I hate to admit it. But we have Ignition and Firestorm available for us here, so that's wild. Probably will just unlearn some spells to fit these bad boys in, hey? Like Iron Shot, turns out I didn't need you. I never needed you, Iron Shot. You're not my real dad. So let's do so now. In fact, I think that puts us up to perfect Ignition, right? Leaving us at 8? Yeah. Give me one of these, please. Thank you, Behemoth. Always a champ. Quite the doll there, friendo. And that leaves us very much set up for the next session. I'm almost tempted to, again, push the gas here, but for the sake of mental health, which we should all do our best to keep on top of, especially if you're busy in your own lives, take care of yourself. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep, eating good meals, and just being cognizant of how your mental state is. That's our PSA for the end of today's episode. Just a nice little mental health warning, because those are super crucial and important, and I'm sure somebody out there needs to hear that. The key is in the ignition. Heck yeah, bud. Heck yeah. But okie dokie, I think that is where we'll leave it for the night here. Very enjoyable today, besides the ever saddening demise of poor old Tengu. I'm so sorry, friend. You were meant to be fearless. The lack of flight made your fight or flight response kick in, as we went over and over before. So that's a shame, too bad. But, of course, the positive spin. Harvey Birdman, not only the best lawyer, also apparently the best bird mage on this side of Zotland. I don't know if there's any lore about what the overworld even looks like in this place. Who knows what it may be. But I'm hoping that we can maybe survive, come out of here in one piece, get back to our family, revisit our nest. I mean, after the influx of cash that we'll receive, I'm sure, for coming out with the Orb of Zot, you know, the fame, the popularity, we can probably throw some refurbishments at our nest back home. It'll be a thing of beauty, to say the least. You have a graveyard of 856 Hemfire Elementalists that you mourn for. Only 28 have made it out alive. And again, that's the one thing that I regret about not playing online over all the years, is I'd love to have a stat like that. I'm very curious. I mean, I know that I'd have just hundreds upon hundreds of mountain dwarfs that have died back in the day when they were still around, because that's all I played for a while when I was first kind of trying to figure out how to survive even the first 5 floors of the dungeon. Many dwarves died those days. But regardless, I had a heck of a time tonight. Very enjoyable. I hope you all enjoyed watching as well. Definitely appreciate all the support and love that I get, whether that be here live on Twitch, in the VODs, or if you're watching over on YouTube in the future, especially, yeah, all the lovely folk who leave comments and give all that sweet, sweet engagement. Thank you all so much for the continued support. I absolutely adore being able to do this, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get through this mission successfully one day in the future. So thank you all once again for that. Of course, on the Twitch side of things here, since we're wrapping up, let's do a quick check, see who's live, because we'll definitely want to send off a raid, keep the love and support flowing through the community here as much as possible. So with that in mind, and to that extent, let's take a quick peek over here. It does look like we have a couple of options. I think today I'm going to send us all over to Arcalina. Very much appreciate their content. Such a fun time. Usually playing Hades speedruns. I believe at the moment they're playing some Pokemon Legends. So definitely stick around to say hi and show some love over there, because they're a fantastic person, and definitely enjoy being able to support the rest of the community as much as possible. But regardless of all of that, of course, huge thanks again for all the continued support, and I do hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you out there. And I definitely hope to see you sometime in the future, whether that be this Wednesday when we're jumping back into Inscription, which we're now in the third different game within a game of Inscription, so making some good progress there, eventually going to make it out, I'm sure. Or next Sunday, of course, where we'll be jumping back in with Harvey Birdman, and maybe, just maybe, can we break the curse of the Tengus? We'll also be deciding, potentially announcing on Wednesday or Sunday, what the if I can fit in any extra hours for the tournament, or if we want to potentially splice that into the regular stream hours. We'll see how it goes, depending on scheduling and whatnot. But regardless, I hope to see you sometime soon. I'll see ya.